Hi, this is Marina from Darkstar Astrology, bringing you the Pisces 2020 horoscope, and these are highlights from the ebook, which you can get on the website. So, for Pisces this year, let's look first at your keywords. So, you have divorcing a friend, new social networks, surprising neighborhood, sibling shocker, technical tutorials, local activists, care in the community, painting seascapes, and sailing holidays. So for Pisces, so much focus this year will be on friends and hopes for the future. 2020 should be one where everything in that department of your life crystallizes, as so much of the planetary weight is in that section of your chart. You might find that you lose a whole set of friends, and also, though, gain a whole new set of friends. So don't worry about when you start losing them, because they will be replaced. And you also should get a nice new social life to go with it as well. So joining common interest groups will do a great deal to help matters move along and changing your peer group forever. Suddenly, you do not feel like the exiled one, and have found that there are indeed folks who do hold similar values to yourself. Inside, you have transformed, and now the evolution is beginning to show on the outside. Inspiring friendships mean that you dare to dream big and set intentions that should start to blossom this year. So Saturn conjunct Pluto in this friendship zone could be the point where you divorce one of your closest and oldest friends. The reason may be that you've truly grown apart, and in that case, the connection might fade away quite naturally, never to return, but then not too dramatically either. For instance, the friend might move away and you both simply just don't make the effort to see each other now that you have to travel some distance. Saturn and Pluto, though, are pretty intense and dramatic bedfellows, so more likely the ending of this friendship could be due to betrayal. You could find out some low-down behaviour from your friend that you never expected. For example, they may have made a play for your partner. Another possibility could be a friend had more of an addiction problem than you thought. The demons are uncovered, and for the first time you see a side of your bestie that is far more of a beastie than you'd ever imagined. Sometimes this happens when you choose a more healthy lifestyle and the sober you is not something your friend can relate to. The contrast can become too glaring. So Jupiter conjunct Pluto is known as the millionaires aspect, but it doesn't follow that you suddenly make friends with a bunch of jet setters. With this taking place in your friend zone, you could start making new connections with a higher class of pal though. For instance, you might start playing a sport where most of your teammates are from a different social stratum. So there's more of that in the ebook, but here's some samples of the transits of Saturn, Jupiter, Ceres, and Lilith. So Saturn, as I said, is coming to the end of its 2.5-year journey through Capricorn. Saturn in your house, and this house has been testing how much responsibility you are willing to accept at the behest of your friends. Saturn conjunct Pluto on January the 12th brings quite a positive outcome, however, where your best friends shoulder some of the burden for you for a change just when you need it. On January the 13th, Ceres conjunct Pluto reveals a karmic payback from your oldest and closest friend, thereby bonding you together for all time. Jupiter now travels through your 11th house practically all year, so it's helping a shy Saturn along in its networking and making friends. During this year, you should really get by with a lot more than a little help from your friends, and with Jupiter conjunct the South Node around January the 8th, friends you already know are likely to be more generous than usual, both with their time and with hosting parties. With Lilith, it will be the majority of the year in Aries, where there's also the Mars retrograde as well, and it will be in the cash zone of your second house. So when Mars joins Lilith there from June to October, Any self-esteem issues connected with your income could come up. If you are a man, you might actually feel quite sexually impotent at that time, since cash flow and blood flow to the nether regions are kind of connected. With Mars retrograde from September the 11th, Mars acts more like Pluto. So with Lilith, beware of sorcery and attempts at sex magic on you. Now, Venus and Mars are going to be retrograde, as I said, this year. Both planets of love and passion and sex and all that. And your love life, this is where we look at your love life a bit. So Venus retrograde will take place in your 4th house of the home. So if you live with your partner, your relationship's domestic arrangements might go under review. Maybe you decide that you don't like where you're both living. Either that, or you simply need to rearrange the furniture. One of you might want more space and privacy to work, rather than thinking that you need to move out. So it could just be a case of moving furniture around. Mars retrograde takes place in your cash zone. So a passion for material goods may rage very highly, even within the most spiritual Pisces people. And that's most of you. This doesn't mean that you'll turn into a shopaholic, but you will find yourself drawn to luxurious and beautiful objects. The appreciation for art is also high, and of course, usually the finest antiques and well-made clothes are going to come with a price. So let's look at your decans, because this year I've done an extra decan section for Pisces and all the signs. So let's look at Pisces Decan 1, and that's birthdays February the 18th to the 28th. So you get the Uranus sextile on and off, Jupiter sextile, and the lunar eclipse square. So how nice that you have 2 blossoming sextiles to your sign. This means a very easygoing year with just a lunar eclipse to spice things up for you at the end of 2020. The sextile has a bit of spice to it, so it does not have the full-on blissed out healing action of the trine, but it means that you won't be too prone to the lazy indulgence of the trine as well. So, okay, you only have the Jupiter sextile for the beginning as you come to the end of that lucky transit, but it should put you in an optimistic and innovative mood in preparation for that exciting Uranus sextile. So for Pisces Decan 2, that's birthdays March the 1st to the 9th, you have the Neptune conjunction, the Uranus sextile, the Jupiter sextile, and the lunar eclipse square. So this is dream, 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 some sizzle and a load more, manifesting those dreams into reality for you. So you get some great creative and romantic transits with none of the challenging aspects at all. So with so much fantasizing going on, you will actually need that eclipse to snap you out of your fairy tale, and that's in June. The Neptune conjunction is very lovely, but at the same time very hard to handle if you're working on professions that are not in the arts, film, glamour, broadcasting, spirituality, music or poetry. So yeah, might be difficult for those in the office. Now Pisces Decan 3, you have this for birthdays March 9th to the 20th. So you get the Pluto sextile all year, Neptune conjunction, Saturn sextile, Jupiter sextile, solar eclipse square. So that's a really busy year for you transit wise, and you are blessed with no really challenging aspects at all as well. So with the Jupiter sextile to your decan, learning through play and leisure are emphasized, and you won't feel stupid wishing upon your wildest dreams. This kind of blind hope often brings unexpectedly good results because the energy is serene and not grasping. So that's the highlights for your 2020. Now, as I mentioned, the ebook is found on the website. I'll leave the link below. Just click on it, and it's $3.95 for 5,000 words and everything that I've mentioned in way more detail. Thanks for listening. All the best. Bye-bye.